Hello, my name's Simon Cade and this is DSLR Guide. Today's episode is about this Lanparte battery with the E8 adapter, and I got this in the mail this week, and I was supposed to wait till the following week to do a review on it, but I just wanted to get this up and posted because I think this is a really good product that more people should have. So what it does is it's a replacement for your standard Canon batteries. So it's an external battery, which means you have to find somewhere to put it, whether it's on your rig or clipped on your belt using the case. But the good thing about it is that it will last as long as 4 LP-E6 batteries, according to Lanparte. Now, I haven't actually had the chance to run it down all the way, but from my usage so far, I can tell you that it works great. You know, it's already lasted a lot longer than 2 Canon batteries would, and the beauty of it is that you don't have to switch out your batteries like this. So the way it works is you put this dummy battery in, which is just a piece of plastic that's the right size and shape. It's very light, and you plug it into the battery like so, and then once you put this in your camera, you're all ready to go. And it has a button here so you can see how much is left. I've got 3 bars out of 4 left, and then it also has a case which you can put it in so that you can clip it to your belt buckle or anything really, and then you can still access all the buttons and the charging point. Now, the charger they supply you with is not your standard one. It's not standard for England or America, but it's this one, which I think is common for electric shavers and stuff. But with a simple adapter, it works well for me, like so. And the way this works is plug it inside, and then as it's charging, it will have a flashing red light, and then once it's finished charging, it will go green. So yes, while this is quite a simple product, and I haven't had enough time to fully, see how long it lasts, it's so far has just been a really great product. For the price of £60, I've got a way of continually powering my camera for 4 hours without having to switch out any batteries at all. Which, when you're shooting an event, as I often do, the stuff that you may miss if you are taking your camera off the quick release system and putting a new battery in, finding a new battery, making sure they're all charged. It's just all a bit of a pain, so it's really good to have a solution for that. The other nice thing about it is that because the wire comes out of the battery plate, you don't have to find a mounting system that allows you to open the door of the battery door, because once this is in, you can just leave it there for 4 hours. So this means that you can use any quick release plate, or the Manfrotto ones and stuff, and the Giottos MH621 will work with any camera in theory, because you don't have to, the battery plate doesn't have to be accessible. So that's really good, because with many rigs and stuff, you'll find yourself having to either come up with some way to offset the quick release plates so that you can access the battery door, or buying one that specifically lets you open the door, and it just gets complicated and quite expensive. So this is a really good way of not needing to take apart your rig at all, because you can just leave the power going. Now, the majority of the time, I will use this in the case and strapped just on the side of my trousers. But you can also, when I've got it on a tripod, I tend to use the camera strap and just clip it on the camera strap so that it's not pulling on the actual, so it's hanging from the strap and not pulling on this wire, which is okay. It's not great for panning, but it works alright. And then I'm also going to look into a Velcro system for this, I think, so that I can have a couple of mounting points on my rig maybe, and maybe on my tripod as well, so that I can just put this in here and use some like industrial strength Velcro to just slap it on, and then it will stay there, but I can still take it off if I need to. If you have a shoulder rig, it will also work quite nicely as a counterweight, because it's not hugely heavy, but it's got some weight to it, and that would be a good place to put it. And then the only other thing I'd say is that when you've got this battery plugged in, the wire's coming out the side of your camera, which is fine, except that it restricts you from holding the normal camera grip. So if you're just going handheld or taking photos, then your hand will kind of squish over like this, which isn't very good. I can imagine it leaving a short. So you end up kind of gripping the camera with just like your top fingers, which it really doesn't work very well. So if you're going to be actually holding the camera, then it does get in the way. So for me, I just leave it on my rig, where I can have the wire coming out of the camera, and I have a different handle to hold on to. So that's great. If you have a shoulder rig or something, then it won't be a problem. But if you're trying to do, real handheld with no rig, then you will struggle to hold it properly, if that makes sense. You could overcome this, but it is worth taking note that unless you have a rig or a tripod to use, it is hard to hold the camera with this wire sticking out using the standard grip. But other than that, I have no problems with this product. I would say it's one of the best £60 that I've ever spent, really. It just allows me to know that I will always have battery without having to switch anything out. It allows me to not have to open my battery door while shooting, and not worry so much about which batteries are charged. And what's more, the price is very reasonable. And I'll probably do a follow-up video when I've done a bit more, when I've used it for longer, so I can see just how, whether the quality is still going, whether the runtime has decreased and all that sort of stuff. But as a product, I would say this is really, really good. The fact that you can switch this out and buy one for LP-E6 for other cameras for pretty cheap, and just plug that in as well, and then that'll work just as well, is really good. This is a just really innovative product, which is just going to save a lot of time, and I'm surprised they haven't made it before.